Alright guys, welcome to this video, and today we are going to look at how to use for loops in Python to manipulate items in a list. We've looked at for loops, but now we want to go deeper into using them to manipulate lists in Python. And head over to your terminal or your command prompt, open it, and open where you want to write your code. I've opened mine. I'll dismiss that. So I'll call this main.python, create a file, main.py. Now we want to look at the usage of for loops in Python. And we've seen that in the previous videos, we've seen that for loops can be used to execute a block of code a certain number of times, and the for loop or the loops repeat the code block once for each value in a list or in a list like value. And we've seen this keyword called range, and I want to tag that word range with list like value. Yes. Why? Because what Python says that when you create a value range, like a range of 4, what Python is interpreting is like you have a list like from 0, 1, 2 up to 3. And we are going to demonstrate that. Actually, let's do it right now. If you declare a for loop like for I in range 4, we can print, okay, I'll use this looping with range, and then I'll put I there. So Python is going to, we are using range in the first case, and if we call or we run this file Python main, you see what we get. This was a typo. Okay, but you get the idea. Now, what if we do this for I not in range, we substitute that with the list. Okay, for I in that, we want to print. Okay, and now we are looping with list, not with range this time. And we're literally going to get the same thing at the end of the day. So this one with range, this one with the list. And it's like the same thing. So it's what I was emphasizing at the start, that the range gives a list like value, which is something like this. So yeah, you needed to know that. So it is common in Python to iterate over a list with the use of range. It is very common. For example, you could have a list, maybe supplies, and that list has pens. It has staples or staplers. It has flamethrowers, and maybe it has binders, depending. So we can still iterate through the list utilizing the word range. But I want to remind you of the length keyword on a list, which we use to get the length of the list. If we use both for I in range, the length, we want to get the range of the length of supplies. Okay, then we want to print something. the index of that value of every item within the list, and we are concatenate things here, and so index in supplies is what? Is that value that we are getting, supplies. So we want to get the index of every item, and then we print out the item at the end. We said that this is array indexing. This is how we obtain, one of the ways we obtain items from a list. I would expect an error for some case, for some reasons on this. Yes, I did. String concatenation, string not int. So this is an integer concatenating a string and an integer, and it's giving an error. So we need to convert this into a string also by using the Python keyword str. Can convert things into a string. Running again. Yes, now we are getting the indices of the items within the list. And yeah, so the pen at index 0, staplers at index 7. We said that items in a list begin with index 0. Okay, there is something we want to talk about. The Python in and not in operators. These keywords are very important in Python and powerful. They help us a lot when we want to perform certain tasks within a list. So you can determine where the value is or isn't in a list with the in and not in operators. These two. And in and not in are used in expressions, and they connect two values. A value to look for in a list and a list where it may be found. For example, we could have this list. It could be your shopping cart status, and you've bought some items. So we want to demonstrate how to use in and not in. But first, let's look at how to use in. So we have this shorthand comparison in lists where we are writing this item, lingerie. I don't know how they read this word, lingerie. In, we have a list. So this could be a shopping cart, you're shopping, shoes. We have pants. We have underwears. We have maybe even the lingerie itself. And lastly, maybe a phone. Okay. So we want to print the status. We want to see what is the status value. And this would be the return type sort of the word in. So we want to see what comes out here. And we are seeing true, meaning the in here, it is returning a boolean, either true or false. Is the lingerie in the list? Yes or no? So true or false. Okay. That's what it would mean. We could also have a list of for example, we want to demonstrate in and not in. For example, we have a list of pets, my pets, and we want to demonstrate how to use in and not in. Okay. First, we want the user to enter the name of their pet. Let's start. Okay, so if you enter the name of the pet, we want to grab that name and put it into the name variable. And we want to write an if statement if name not in pet, my pets, Okay, what do you want to do? We want to print something on the screen, and you want to say, I don't have a pet named whatever name that has been passed. Okay, otherwise, we want to print name is my pet. That means the other name you've passed, if the name exists, then this block executes. Running this, we want to put a name that doesn't exist there. We will call it Pillow. I don't have a pet named Pillow. Running again, let's pass the name that exists, Puka. Weird name. Puka is my pet. So you see how we are using not in that statement, and if we want to execute this fast, depending, we can just use if name in. So those are two powerful keywords in Python, and I'll stop here in this video. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you find it interesting, or leave a comment in the video, and remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos and not missing out on anyone. Bye bye.